The Unsung Hero of Birdsong USA, Chapter 6, read to you by Miss Peters. Don't forget, when you get in your OneNote, to highlight the 3 to 5 most important words in the summary that I wrote about Chapter 5. That's going to do 2 things. Number 1, it's going to help you remember what happened in the last chapter. And 2, it's going to help you focus in on the central idea. What was the most important part of that chapter? Okay? Don't forget to do that. Chapter 6. You know, I'm really happy you didn't croak, Gabriel. And I didn't mean to make everyone flip their wigs, Tink said, tagging along as I walked my bike to the shed. Flip their wigs? I asked. Tink interrupted. Get upset. More and more, since a girl named Helene from New York City had moved in next door to Tink and became her best friend, Tink had started using what Daddy refers to as modern lingo. But recently, because Helene was making Tink see things in a whole lot different way, more than Tink's words were new. Just last month, when they'd come to visit, the 2 of us were walking to the movie theater when she stopped abruptly in front of the store called Lolly's Antiques. Tink's eyes had focused on the whites only sign in the window, and my cousin had frowned. Can you imagine being colored and having to put up with this injustice? Tink asked me. Helene says they don't have such signs in New York City. Of course, Tink had snapped a picture of the sign, and when I asked her why, she told me she was preserving history. Because according to Helene's father, who was a professor of American history, whites and coloreds won't be segregated in the South someday, and all these things he calls Jim Crow signs will be gone. Now Tink said to me, so, your parents are going to wait till after we leave to bust your chops, right? Bust my chops? Yeah, yell and fuss, get stinking mad at you, and probably take the bike away. I suppose they will, I answered solemnly. Can you get a bunch of pictures of me on it? Sure thing, cousin. Plus, it's all good practice for when I get hired at Life magazine or National Geographic. Only then I'll be taking pics of faraway places or indigenous people. What's indigenous? I inquired as she posed me. The people who are in the country first, like the Indians are here, or the Maya in Mexico, or the Aborigines in Australia. I'm already making a portfolio of my best photographs. As soon as I graduate high school, I, Tink Waldrop, am going to blow this place called South Carolina, travel the world. And that's not just me flapping my lips. I'm really going to go. I'm scrayed. You are really something else, Tink, I said. Then I crossed my eyes at her. And you, cousin, are off the cob. This time, I wanted to pretend that I understood what she meant, but my curiosity quickly conquered my pride, and I asked, off the cob? Corny. Oh, I get it. While Tink snapped away with the camera, I did my best to look as happy as I'd felt when I'd just gotten the bicycle, but it was hard. When she was finished, I parked it in the corner inside the shed and stared at it for a while. I'm just pig-headed lame brain. I don't blame anyone but myself. I should have been paying attention. I didn't want to cry, but sadness had already sent its message to my eyes. Dry your peepers and stop your sniveling, Gabriel, Tink told me, because I'm in the know about this kind of thing. Okay, sniveling stopped. Now, explain what you're talking about. I'm going to give you some advice that just might help you keep your bicycle. Give first. And this is real important. Admit you were wrong. Then, tell them you're so very sorry because you know how much they love you and how upset they must be. Plus, promise that you'll be extremely careful from now on. Finally, try your best to look sad all day, but especially through dinner, even when you open your presents and see the candles on the birthday cake. When everyone tells you to make a wish, before you blow out the candles, fold your hands and close your eyes like you're praying. Make them feel sorry for you. It's a good formula, but not foolproof, meaning there's a chance it won't work. And if it doesn't, can't say, but it ought to be a duck soup. The rest of the day reminded me of warm saltwater taffy, easily stretched out, very sticky, but tasting good. Obeying Tink's rules was the sticky part, making me feel like a circus performer walking a tightrope, trying hard not to lose my balance. Whenever I faltered on my invisible high wire by kidding around, A warning glare from Tink was all it took for me to keep from falling. The tasting good part was how Cousin Polly and them usually make me feel. Same as beams of sunshine sneaking through clouds on a rainy day. And the stretched out part was the way the minutes were pretending to be hours until I finally figured this was only because I was anticipating the verdict about the bicycle that would be given at the end of the day. Good luck with your quiz. I'll see you in chapter 7.